Lesson 39, circumference of a circle. The circumference is just another name for the perimeter. It just is representing a circle. So it's the perimeter of a circle. How long is the circle, the outside of the circle? So if we're to draw a circle, the line that goes straight across from one side through the center to the other side is called the diameter. If we go from the center to the side, so if we just go from center to side, that's called the radius. So every diameter is 2 radii. If you notice this side to the center, from the center to this side, those are each radii. 2 of them makes a diameter. And then all the way around is called the circumference. And we're just going to write this around the outside. So all the way around. So how long it is on the circle is called the circumference. Whenever we take the circumference and divide it by the diameter, we always get the same number, pi. No matter what size circle you have, if you take the length of the circumference divided by the diameter, you will always get the number pi. Now pi, and the way you spell it is pi, it's a Greek letter. It's an irrational number. It's non-repeating, non-terminating decimal number. Here's the first few digits, 3.14159265389, and it continues on. It will never repeat, and it will never end. So pi, the number pi is just pi. It's a letter. But sometimes we want to approximate, so we can kind of get close to a distance around for the circumference, or if we're doing area. So approximations for pi, we can use 3.14 or we can use 22/7. These numbers do not equal pi. So I have a question for you. Is 3.14 equal to pi? Everybody say no. Okay, so pi is a different number than 3.14. 3.14 is just rounding the number pi to the nearest hundredth. If we want to just find the circumference of a circle, we'll call it C. We can take the diameter times pi. So if you look up here, we're dividing by diameter. So if we want to get circumference all by itself, we do the inverse of dividing, which is multiplying. That's what we did on our lesson 38. So we would multiply both sides by diameter. We would get circumference equals diameter times pi. And D just means diameter. Or, since the diameter is 2 times the radius, we could say it's 2 times the radius times pi. Since 2 times the radius equals the diameter. So 2 times the radius times pi. That will also give you circumference. So here's an example of a word problem. If the diameter of a wheel is 35 inches, then how far does the wheel turn in one rotation? Use 22/7 for pi. So they're telling us in the problem to use one of the approximations for pi. So 1 turn is considered the circumference. So we're going to do circumference equals diameter times pi. So we're going to take circumference equals, they gave us the diameter, 35 inches, and we're not going to use the letter pi, we're going to use 22 divided by 7. Then we can cancel. 7 goes into 7 once, into 35 5 times, and we have 5 times 20, which is the same thing as 10 times 11, or 110 inches. Now, instead of putting an equal sign here, I'm going to put an approximately. In fact, here too, because we didn't use the actual number pi, we used an approximation. So it's approximately 110 inches for the circumference. And that's the end of the lesson for today.